What's going on, guys? I appreciate all of you hanging out, waiting on the stream to start. For those who catch the replay, though, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on all notifications when we do these live chats. You can take part right along with us. So, package came in from my buddy Randy. He's in the chat. I see already. Fragrance dude. He sent me a little package. We got YSL Myself Le Parfum, which I've been wanting to try. 1 million gold. Of course, I want to try a new 1 million flanker. And then Mugler Fantasm, which I'm always down to check out a new flanker. So yay me, he hooked it up. So it literally came in the mail today. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do for a live stream today. I got the package. I texted and said, well, I know what I'm doing for my live stream. So here we go. We are going to be sniffing on those three as far as my sin of the day, Rochus Loam, as discussed in this morning's video. I was wanting to reach back for this one. Just did a shorts sin of the day post. It does eerily remind me of Dolce & Gabbana K. I've always said that, but it's so much better. It's so far superior to that. So even if you don't like Dolce & Gabbana K, there's still a really good chance you'll like this. I got somebody fussed me in my comments a while ago saying to gatekeep this fragrance, stop letting out the hidden gems. This ain't no hidden gem. This had hype for a while when it came out. It new people to the space, it'll be a hidden gem too. People have been around this for 3-4 years. This ain't no hidden gem. It just so much comes out. It's on to the next thing all the time for us that are into this as a hobby, that shit like this gets swept under the rug and forgotten about pretty easily. And this is one of the best $30 to $40 everyday wear fragrances money can buy from it. Has been since it came out. This is really good stuff. Greens, aromatics, woods, clean, musky, fresh. It's phenomenal. It's blue without being stereotypical blue, like loaded with modern synthetics. It's really, really freaking good. Happy to be wearing it. I smell my sillage constantly. I've had it on for about, I don't know, close to 2 hours now. Still getting nice whiffs of it for sure. So let's see who's doing what in the chat. We'll wait till around roughly the 10-minute mark. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up on your way in, though. I see we got 70 people in the first 2 minutes. I appreciate you guys being here. Hit that thumbs up. It does help. If you're going to be here, that's the best way you can contribute. Aside from being in the chat, you could hit that thumbs up for me, and I sure appreciate it. Fragrance Decant Boutique, great to see you guys. You can always shop with them. They are a reliable source to get decants. I don't know. We'll see. I kind of have an idea. Randy had told me his thoughts on it, and I don't distinctively remember his thoughts, so that's a good thing, right? Roy, good to see you, sir. This is the best smelling chat. We're in Haltane, layered with Black Rose. 3 sprays, 3 to 2 sprays. Okay, so 3 sprays of Haltane, 2 sprays Black Rose. This is an interesting fragrance topic today. Well, some hot new releases. I mean, Randy's like quick to get the new releases. He always is. That's kind of his thing. That's his bag, baby. And he's like, hey, man, you want me to send you some decants? That's how Randy is. Randy loves to share the wealth and send decants. So I was like, shit, sure. That's definitely some ones I'd like to try. He's like, oh, I got this too. You want me to throw that in there? Fucking surprise me, Randy. Hell yeah. I want to check all of them out. So I appreciate you, Randy. Hell yeah. When it's some hot new designers, man, I'm a designer guy through and through. I definitely want to try them. And for those of you wondering, Sauvage Eau Forte is available for purchase. Had a guy mention in my live stream, commented a little while ago. He's like, I'm waiting on your review. I was like, well, I ain't rushing to get it, so you can be waiting a while. You could just go to the store and try it yourself. Don't wait on me. You'll be waiting a little while because I'm probably going to wait to see if I can get it for a few bucks off, because I'm sure it's very pricey at retail. I'm sure it's approaching $200 at retail, knowing them. I haven't looked, but designers have been niche prices lately, so I wouldn't be surprised. That's a good one. More cotton candy-like for Baccarat Rouge 540. Velesu. Ha, you, sir. And I gave you a nice shot. Every time I talk about Happy Chapard Lemon Dolce, I got to give you your flowers, man, because you put me on to a good one. I don't know if you saw this morning's video, but you got a nice little shout out in there. I never tried the Regatta Flanker. I haven't worn the other one in a little while, Fashionable Riviera. Good to see you, sir, because y'all own 3. I need to put that back in rotation. That's really good. Good to see you as well, sir. Rare Carbon, great stuff. Speaking of the devil, there he is. What's going on, Joel? Excellent choice, sir. Perseus, Guilty Elixir, Guilty Parfum. Now we're talking. Boss number 1 for my elder brother. All testers. Gucci Guilty Parfum, man. That's to me the best of the bunch that you got here. It's true to the original's DNA, but it's so much smoother than the original. It's so versatile. Gucci Guilty Parfum. That's an unsung hero from Gucci. It does not get talked about. Kalen, good to see you, sir. Nitro Red. That is a damn good cheapie. That is for sure. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm sorry for your loss. Signature Noir, appropriate for the setting because it's smoky, kind of dark and incensey. I'm assuming that's what you mean. Can't wait to see my Spirited Vibe Bahar. I think it would be a summer banger, maybe my best of 2024. There you go. Good to see you, sir. Mont Blanc Explorer Ultra Blue. I've always been kind of on that one. It's okay. I don't really care for it, you know. Neil, good to see you. Chinotto di Liguria. I need to reach for that one again. That's really good. That Chinotto note, some kind of zesty, sharp citrus and greens and everything. Good stuff. Sean, good to see you, sir. Signature Bloom. Scent of the night, Black Rose. Black Rose. Why did I say Rose? Black Rose. It's a Zaharoff kind of day. You can't go wrong there. Let them know, sir. Cody's wearing probably 2 of y'all with funerals today, man. I'm sorry to hear that, guys. That's never fun. Prada Luna Rosa Carbon. Dan, not the man. Club Dinwiddie Limited Edition. Great fragrance. Scent of the day, CDN Latafa Pisa. Not familiar. Tafa Pride Pisa. Okay, because CDN was Club Dinwiddie was how I took that initially. What's going on, my man? Moonlight Blue. I haven't tried that flanker. That sounds like a new one. Is that a new one? Never tried that. Prada Luna Rosa Sport. Woody Lamal, basically. Thank you, sir. Shout outs to the Baja Blasters over in California. Fan of the channel. Sent me a new outfit. You know, so that's what his custom stuff that he made. He sends me some new gear from time to time. It's a privately owned paintball field and paintball store out in San Diego. And shout outs to Big Tony. He's a fan of the channel. He was like wanting to get this out. He's like, did you do the Nitro White review already? I'm like, yeah, it's been up for a little while. He's like, damn it. That would have went perfect. He's like, I made that to go because the bottle's white and gold. That's literally he's a fan of the channel. You see what I'm saying? So shout outs to Big Tony, the Baja Blasters out in San Diego, California. I sure appreciate the love. My 3 biggest hobbies. Yeah. Yeah. Gym's more of a lifestyle for me than a hobby. So I don't even consider that a hobby. It's basically my lifestyle. I live the gym and everything that comes with it. So because for me, the big 3, it's fragrances, sneakers, and hats. So because I've never really looked at the gym as working out as a hobby because it's like I've always looked at it as to really get the most out of it, you got to live it. So I never really look at it as a hobby, but I get where people would look at it as a hobby. My current lifestyle, it is literally a lifestyle for me. So Kalidally, good to see you, sir. Invictus Parfum, great choice. Great choice. Rish Bish, I like the name. It's hot 33 degrees in Singapore. I'm assuming that means Celsius. Mancera Sicily, that's a great fragrance on the menu. We've got 80 in the house so far. If you don't mind, guys, when you weigh in, hit that thumbs up. It sure helps. That 80 could turn into 180 like that because it'll push on the algorithm a bit more. It'll make YouTube do what they're supposed to do and let subscribers know, hey, Ross is live. Gentle Fluidity by MFK. Drew, good to see you, sir. It's a beautiful day. We're in Bonnie from day 3. Damn good choice. 1 million Golden Oud is indeed. So this isn't Golden Oud. This is the newest one, 1 million Gold. It's woody dominant. We've looked at the notes on a split screen here. Golden Oud was last year. This is 1 million Gold. It looks like a door knocker on the bottle. It's in the thumbnail. You can see the bottle in the thumbnail. Not the same fragrance. Confusing that they released Golden Oud and then the following release is Gold. And they've done 24 karat gold years ago. Like, it's kind of confusing that they're doing that. I get it. Most Wanted EDT Intense, one of the better designers released this year, in my opinion. Damn, it smells good in the chat. We're in bond number 9. Montauk, never tried that. Yeah, exactly. Victus Aqua 2016, 100 degrees. Damn. Yeah, it's hot out here too, man. We're in the dog days of summer right now. Well, welcome, sir. I hope you enjoy it here today. In a few minutes, we'll be getting started with the topic, and then we just cut up throughout. Randomly chat for a bit. We get to business after around anywhere between 10 and 15 minutes into the stream. We usually get down to business, and then the tail end for at least 30 minutes. We just bullshit. You know, talk fragrance and fitness and sneakers and what the hell ever. You know, good to see you, Noel. George Zaharoff takes care of his people. Yes, he does. Got Citrine and Seraphine Blue samples on the way. Update you on my thoughts. Yeah, that's second to none in customer service is the man, George Zaharoff. That is for sure. Usually do a heavy metal live stream. Well, you won't find that here, but I'm glad you enjoy your heavy metal. Certain metal songs that are on my playlist at the gym, but yeah, I'm not really a big metal head or anything like that, but I respect it. I respect it for sure. Seraphine Blue, some good staying power on this hot day. It's a great choice. You can't go wrong with that. Just speaking of things you can't go wrong with, Jasada Ambassador, basically Mango Sauvage is how I've looked at that. Body Al Oud Honor and Glory, nice and vanilla heavy today. Indeed. Well, yeah, because it's available in the UK, and there's some sellers on eBay that you can get it from. Randy had sent me a link a couple days before that. Somebody else, I think Jay, who might be here in the chat right now, sent me a link a few days prior from one of the eBay listings. I was like, nah, I'm just going to wait. I'm going to buy it from Victor and Rolf. And then literally a couple days later, the PR team reached out to me like, hey, we want to send you a bottle. So I was told up to 4 weeks. So anytime between now and the next month, I got a bottle of dark leather coming. So I just have to be patient. I can't wait to check it out. I'm sure I'm going to love it. Not because it was free either. I fucking love the Spice Bomb line. My favorite designer release last year was the Spice Bomb flanker. There's a really good chance it happens again this year. EDP grew on me heavy. Yeah, that's the thing. It's a grower, not a shower, the original. It's not love at first sniff for most people. It wasn't for me either, but it grew on me quickly. I have no want or need to try that Sauvage Au Forte. I definitely want to try it. I don't like this water-based, but I sure want to try it. All right. I'm going to town for the weekend. All right, then. Ultra Zest. I saw that gold bottle. Yeah, it looks really cool. It definitely looks really cool. I didn't look at the notes, though. Good to see you, Joe. I mean, it's got a chance to be. Can't just assume it will or won't be. We won't know till we try it. I have high hopes for it because it's Kirk John. Kirk John making a Sauvage flanker, I just have a feeling it's going to be really good. I just don't care for the water-based formula, but I mean, doesn't mean it won't be great. Boz, good to see you, sir. Percival, you can't go wrong there. Yeah, for sure. Wearing Black Rose, great choice. Percy has found a 75 ml for under 150. Totally worth it at this price. We're going to skip down. We're going to be getting started here in just a second. Well, anytime you see Sauvage for $20, just know it's not Sauvage. That's for sure. I bet you did buy Savage for $20. Summer all year long. Well, I appreciate that. Welcome, sir. Welcome. Did you mean to have the word better in there? They smell nothing alike. So you're the person that asked the other day if one's better than the other, and me and I think two other people both told you they smell nothing alike. There's no comparison there. One's not better than the other because they're completely different fragrances for completely different seasons and settings. I believe that was you that asked that because a few of us replied to you. I guess you didn't check the notifications because you got answers from me and others. There's no comparison there. One smells like Aventus, one smells like Millesime Imperial. Not even close, my man. Speaking of my man, what's going on, my brother? FWO for life. What's up, D? Ombre Noir. Must be kind of cooler where you're at because it's definitely not a summer fragrance. Darker yet clean vibe. Noted. Trip to France. Oh, I'm into it, but I'm not like seeking out perfumeries and stuff. I don't go that far with it. I don't do all that. When I'm in an area and they have something and I'm in the mood, sure. And it's usually if I'm with someone else that's in the fragrance. Like if it's just me and the wife, I don't go fragrance sniffing. Because you got to remember, I live fragrance every day of my life for years and years and years and years and years. I test fragrances every day for years and years and years and years. I make content on fragrance multiple times a day for years and years. You see where I'm going with this? So like I don't go out fragrance sniffing. Because I do that shit all day, every day anyway. So that's why I don't really like go seeking that stuff. Last time I did that was when I was in Tampa for the Rumble with George Atkinson and Omas, because Omas wanted to go fragrance sniffing. That's usually how that happens. If I'm with somebody that wants to go, sure, I'll go. I'm down. I'm always up for smelling fragrances. Is what I do. All right, skipping ahead, Dan, what's going on, man? Centerpiece. Speaking of things that smell like Aventus. Hope all is well. Dumont, but Warm Weather Angel Share. That's a good one. I've been talking a lot about that one lately. I've been wearing that one quite a good bit. What you think? You like it, man? How you feeling about it? Because that's the line. That Barouge line, that's the line from them. Big stamp of approval from me. Everything I've smelled in that line. Well, hell yeah. Everybody's got their thing. I like it. I like it. I don't have 1/64th scale. I got a Stingray and a Aventador right here. And then I have an old Camaro Super Sport. My dad actually built this model a long time ago. I don't remember what year this is. I wonder if it says on the bottom. Yes, it's a 68, 396. So I wish I could find my old bronze 70 Stingray that my dad, like some of my dad's models that he built when he was a kid and everything, and hand painted and all that. They're in a box somewhere. That's the one that's loose, that Camaro Super Sport. I like stuff like that too. I don't collect them on the level that you do, but I have a few, you know. Excellent choice. Good to see you. I can't complain, man. I can't complain. Ooh, bondnumber9.com. That's my favorite bond number 9. So we're 16 minutes in, man. We got to get going. We got to get started here. Trying not to skip too much here, but actually isn't like that in person. Has a 1 in the center. That's kind of strange. Wonder why that's out there. Thoughts on Strong With You Amber? I think it's very underappreciated. It smells like Strong With You mixed with Instant Crush from Mancera. Very floral but spicy hot at the same time. All right, so skipping down. Nerd says wearing Mancera Pearl. Oh, I don't want it to smell like Extreme. Was it Chris that you watched or something? Because I know Chris has a video out, Fragmental. I've been avoiding that shit like the plague because I don't want to know. I hope not. I hope he's just saying that. I hope it's like that he's just trying to find something to relate it to for people. I hope that's what that is. And it's not like, oh, it's like 80% Extreme. I hope that's not the case. Because I don't want it to be full of, because the thing is, if it's really like Extreme, that means it's full of vanilla. I was hoping for something not the same as infrared EDP, because that's very leathery and resinous, but I was thinking leathery and resinous. So I don't know. That's why I thought it was kind of strange to release dark leather after a dark leather flanker came out already. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Good Lord. I'm having hell trying to get to the bottom. Skip it down. Let's see. Night Vision's my jam. Picked up Miami New Era 73/8 today. Go with my Messi jersey. Messy like it was at the stadium last night. Jesus. The speak of the devil. Your ears must have been ringing. I don't know if you heard me mention your name a minute ago about us sniffing in Tampa. Well, I mean, hey, man, life happens. Content's not that important, you know. What do you mean that I keep my videos short? I got a lot of long videos. Are you just watching my shorts videos that are less than a minute? Not as many YouTube commercials that way. Man, I hope you get every YouTube commercial possible. That's how I pay my bills. So love you, but I hope you get every ad imaginable. That's why I don't even pay for YouTube Premium. People ask me all the time, how do you not have YouTube Premium? Because ads don't bother me. Ads pay my bills. I appreciate the ads. So lots of love, but I hope every 6 minutes, because that's what this live stream set to. I hope every 6 minutes you got to click skip ad. Because it's what I do full time, man. I want that ad revenue. So let's see. Cosmic Pepper. Ooh, you flexing on me today, huh? Not gonna lie, anytime I go somewhere on a trip, I see a fragrance shop, I get very excited. That means we love fragrances. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to put it above Spiritus, the one that's kind of like Hachivat, so oak moss heavy, because I really, really like that one. But it's like a close second to it. It's like really, really good, man. Really good. God, it's taking forever to get to the bottom. I'm trying to get to the bottom so we can start on the topic, you know? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's underappreciated. You can't go wrong with anything in the Strong With You line. They're all good. They all have their merit. They all have their similarity because they all tie to the DNA. They're flankered properly, but they all have their different nuance for the namesake of each one. All right. Oh, you had to say Roll Tide. You had me until Roll Tide, my man. It's good to see you, sir. So Javier said something about how Myself smells. I'm not going to read that because I don't want to know, because that's the one we're going to start with. I have seen the notes. It looks like the same note breakdown, So I'm assuming it's just a higher oil concentration, which is rare. Normally they'll change notes up or reblend and add something. I'm not saying they didn't. Ooh, that's it. Immediately stronger. It's very bright. The orange blossom is not as like scratchy. It's actually pretty smooth, a little sweet. I get, you guys might laugh at this. I get a little bit of a bubblegummy kind of nuance, like a sage kind of smell. You know, sage kind of has that little bit. You know what I'm talking about? Can you relate to it? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. This smells more playful than the original to me. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting more refined. It's smoother and richer, but I wasn't expecting it to be a little bit more playful. Like it's got a youthful tone to it. I'm not saying it's like a teenager, like I wouldn't recommend it like I would recommend Eros kind of thing, but kind of throwing me for a loop. Orange blossom dominant this time, and I don't get the musky, woody tones the same way I do in the original. It's all about the orange blossom right now and some citrus. That's probably bergamot. Well, I saw you sent the original too, Randy. I have a bottle. I don't know why you sent that. I saw the travel atomizer you sent. I don't know why you had sent that. I think I got a bottle. I got a 60 ml. I'm sure you're right. If I put them side by side, the original probably is just as playful, if not more. But I don't know. It's just kind of striking me as a youthful scent. I'm getting this bubblegummy nuance. It's very blue. I think it's very blue. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Pull up Parfumo. I didn't see that coming. Black pepper, orange blossom, bourbon, vanilla wood. See, nothing about that describes what I'm smelling. And a little vanilla sweetness, sure, and the orange blossom, but I get this kind of citrus and like aromatic sage, bubblegummy type of nuance. I do like what I'm smelling here, and I will get a bottle of this. It's just not, oh my God, amazing. Just like the original. I don't think the original is just, oh man, you guys need this in your collection. I don't think this one's that way either. I think the richness, the enhanced richness of this aroma does make it a little bit superior for me. So I'm just going to tell you now, it's every bit of an 8 out of 10. I think it's a great fragrance. I just don't think it's an outstanding fragrance. It's good stuff. I will get a bottle of this. I'm not in a big hurry. I'll catch it when Fragrance Buy stocks it for whatever they end up selling it for. That's when I'll probably buy it. It is getting a little bit woodier. The woods are starting to come in. It's smoothing out. It's that bubblegum nuance I was describing that I'm thinking was kind of a sage note. It's fading. It's subsiding. It's more orange blossom woods with a touch of vanilla, just a touch. It's not a real creamy vanilla. It's not a dry and powdery vanilla. It's just a light, sweet tone that I can't even distinctively tell you is vanilla. I just have some sweetness going on that I know has to attribute from the vanilla. I think 8 out of 10 is a really good rating for this. Probably better than some people would give it, honestly. Because you got to like the original to like this one. Is it redundant to the original? Yeah, you don't need this. If you have Myself, you don't need MYSLF Le Parfum. If you don't have Myself, I think you might be better off with this one. But again, sample, you may not feel that way. If I had to pick between the two, I would want this one. I would definitely want the Le Parfum. It's much smoother. I'm all about the smoothness with designers because a lot of times they're scratchy and synthetic and sharp. And it's not the case here. It's nice and smooth. That's why I typically like the Parfum flankers for these designers because they're so much smoother. You get the great profile that's easy to like about the original and the lower oil concentrations. They just smooth it out and refine it. And they did that here. YSL's Le Parfums in general are typically my favorites. La Nuit de l'Homme, YSL L'Homme, Y Le Parfum, all favorites of mine. This is pretty good. I'm definitely going to get a bottle of this. I think it's an 8 out of 10. Abso-freaking-lutely. Great choice. Slap that like, let them know. Let them know, sir. I've never tried that one. Bitter and musky, but layered with something sweet sometimes. Boss Elixir is good. I'm assuming you mean Boss Bottled Elixir. Good to see you, sir. So it's a dark leather, not spicy leather. And I'm pretty eager to check it out myself. No, you're good. I just didn't want to pin it because if I pin it, I'm going to read it. It caught my eye that you said it smells floral, and I stopped. Because I know it's going to smell floral. It's based around orange blossom. That's like its main note, but I didn't want to read any more of your comment because it's like I don't want to have an expectation outside of anything I've already formulated in my own mind because I'll be influenced. I'll have that playing in my head when I'm sniffing. It'll influence what I think I'm smelling. So it's a tie between the home team and North Carolina. I'm a Tar Heels fan, and go Tigers. LSU Tigers. Boss Bottled Elixir. Okay, yeah, for sure. I agree. It's fantastic. See, that had caught my eye on YouTube. That was what I was talking about with Randy. What's going on, Dutch? Santorini by Michael Malone. Boston Scent Elixir, but Boston Scent Elixir is my designer to beat. That's the one that Spice Bomb Dark Leather has to topple as my favorite designer of the year. So I'm not saying it will, but I'm saying if there's one yet to release that I think, for me and my taste and what I typically like, has a chance to overthrow Boston Scent Elixir as my favorite designer released in 2024, it's Spice Bomb Dark Leather. There's no guarantees there, but it's the one that I think has the best chance. Everything else, because Boston Scent Elixir came out beginning of the year, and every designer that's come out since hasn't quite been like, no, this is my favorite. None of them have made me feel like they're a better release for me than Boston Scent Elixir as far as designers. So it's got a shot. That's why I got really high hopes for it. I mean, I have videos like that, but normally they're like, they have a ton of fragrances in them, you know. Prime example, my top 40 Mancera, which is all 40 bottles ranked, that's like a 45-minute video, but it's 40 fragrances. It's pretty comprehensive, if I do say so myself. I think I had somebody comment yesterday or day before that it's the best Mancera video on YouTube. I'll take that. Give myself a little pat on the back. I'll take that because I was proud of that video myself. I feel like I got through it considering in a pretty timely fashion while still being relatively informative, covering a wide variety of Mancera fragrances. So, but I sure appreciate that you're enjoying the channel. Thank you, man. No, I think it's wildly redundant. Obviously, you need to make that decision on your own, but my opinion, no, you don't need both. You definitely don't. Very redundant. Eros Flame is fantastic. No, it's much smoother. I do think it's superior. I would pick it over the original. But if you have the original, I just don't think you need both. Oh, yeah. I mean, overall, they typically try to appeal to a younger crowd. The younger demographic is typically going to spend based off of their type of marketing. Whereas our demographic, my age and older, around my age, let's say mid-30s to 50s, we typically are the more hobbyist type because we're kind of set in our ways with the kind of things we're into. We're not exploring new things that often. We're kind of old dogs not learning new tricks that are set in our ways. So the stuff we're into, we're like really into. So any of you that are into fragrance, you're like really into fragrance. Hence why you're in this live stream watching some guy you've never met sniff a fragrance for the first time and tell you his opinion. So you're really into fragrance. We're birds of a feather. You see where I'm going with that? So that's why the younger demographic, their marketing works for them. Their marketing doesn't work on us. We like what we like. We know what we like. We've kind of studied stuff we're into. If you're anything like me, when you're into something, you want to know everything about it, or most of what you can. You educate yourself, basically, is a way to look at it. So their marketing is kind of irrelevant for people like us because we're going to go into it with an open mind on our own expectations. We're not going to buy based off of them saying it does this and it's for this mysterious guy that does this at this adventure. We're not buying that bullshit. We've got a certain expectation on the aroma and how we would want to wear it. That fair to say? That's kind of how we're going to go into it with these new releases. Disagree, sir. I think it smells Absolutely nothing like Spice Bomb in the least. But if it smells like Floral Spice Bomb to you, then it smells like Floral Spice Bomb to you. I just don't find it does. I barely get any of the pepper. Barely. It's a good fragrance though. But I mean, if it smells like that to you, it smells like that to you. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm saying I disagree. I probably did. Randy, between text from friends, notifications on different platforms, every time I open anything, you wouldn't believe just the abundance in messages I have to read that I read every day. That's why I'm so short unless we like really have to talk about something. You text with me. You know how I am. I'm pretty short and to the point with text because I just have so much shit I'm typing every day. So I've only smelled that one time on a test strip, so I'm not sure. But Cosmic Pepper smells like a spicier Chanel L'Homme Sport to me. That's what I think. No, I think what happened is your nose is overly sensitive to it. I had somebody else ask me about that. Your nose is overly sensitive to it because that is a monstrosity of a performer for not just me, for many. It's a nose fatigue sensitivity kind of thing for you. You just go anosmic to it almost instantly. Some fragrances are like that. I'm like that with Sauvage, the EDT, especially the aftershave splash. 20 seconds, I can't smell it no more. I know it didn't last 20 seconds and it's gone, bro. I'm not a fool. You know, like some of the commenters on YouTube, I'm not a fool. I know I just went nose blind immediately to it. Some aromas, certain chemicals and formulas will do that to you. And it sounds like Atlas is one of those for you. I can guarantee you everyone around you can smell you, even though you can't smell you, which sucks. You want to smell you too. I want to smell my fragrance. I'm wearing it for me. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, trust me, it's a monster. It's your nose is wearing out really quick to that particular formula for some reason. Good to see you, sir. I'm glad you could come hang too. Not that Greg Boyd. There's no such thing as Invictus Aqua 2017. But okay then. Yeah, I agree. Kix Griffey's in the house, my man. Sol DiCapri. Ooh, from Montal. All right then. FWO. Wolfpack for life. But what? It's not Kix Griffey approved? What the fuck are we doing? Is the world going mad that you're not telling me if it's Kix Griffey approved or not? That is your thing. That is your tagline. What are we doing? You got to let me know. I have to know. Is it Kix Griffey approved? Because it's definitely TLTG approved. I love that fragrance. I just have too many. But I need to know. Is it Kix Griffey approved? What's up, Kara? Boudin Embrace. For sure. No, the coffee Kamarakawa, I think, superior. It's literally the original plus a coffee note. I think it's superior. Coconut Girl. So you got your tagline, Kara. There you go. Everybody knows you as Coconut Girl. Anybody that doesn't know, she's really into coconut fragrances. And the Bad Boy line. She really likes the Bad Boy line, too. Ooh. So, Celerio, which one? Because Celerio's a line. They got Epic, they got Oros, they got a few of them. Whereas Barouge, you got Sillage, you got Spiritus, Perlador. They got different ones. Which one in the Celerio line were you thinking? Because I can tell you right now, I'm pretty much going to recommend anything from the Barouge line over anything else Dumont. Except maybe Nitro Red, because it's really like watermelon Invictus is how I look at it. Because Barouge Sillage, it's a little bit fresher. This iris note in there, it's fresher and fruity. It's not as dense, sweet and fruity. You still get the booze and the cinnamon and everything. It still smells like Angel Share, but it's a much fresher twist. Fresh floral added to it. It's fresher. It can still do all the things and all the settings and seasons of Angel Share, just more opportunities to wear in warmer weather. So it's hard for me to pick anything over that else from Dumont, except for maybe in its own line, the Barouge line Spiritus, which is basically an extremely oak moss dominant Hachibat. Great choice. Oh, I'm going into that one next. That is literally the next one we're going to smell. Black Anubis. I got high hopes. That's good stuff. You could have got a sample for just a couple of bucks. You could build a discovery set. They'll let you build one. You can get 9 samples. I get about 6 hours. I mean, nothing crazy. It smells like blue loam, just like the color. I'm looking for Kix Griffey's reply. I'm seeing other replies. Haven't y'all like not been good since like 01? Y'all just kind of got good again recently. I don't want to hear none of that hurricane shit. Let me guess, you were a Florida State bandwagon guy 2 years before when they were good? Or you've been throwing up the U this whole time? I give you a hard time. Because I've been a North Carolina fan since I was a young lad. And I've been an LSU fan since I was a young lad. Good, bad, or indifferent. Shit years or great years. Just like all these people that say roll tide. Y'all been saying roll tide forever or just since Saban got there? Because Bear Bryant was a long, most of you weren't alive when Bear Bryant was coaching that are saying roll tide nowadays. So that's why I got to ask. There's a lot of bandwagon fans out there. I'm not saying you are, but I'm not saying you aren't either because I don't know you like that. Yeah, we're doing that one next. I saw your Scent Elixir comment earlier too, but they're both really good. They're both really good. Man, is that good. Apparently, it's another 13 from Le Labo. I need to try that because I want to say I heard EQ mention that it was really good and recommend it. I had no idea because I never smelled another 13, so I didn't know that this was cloning it. And it was brought to my attention. I think Kara might have brought it to my attention in the comments. And okay, because Paris Corner's version is really good. I want to try the original then because I really, really like this. When I put in the title, this one blindsided me. I wasn't joking. This blindsided me. I was not anticipating it to be as good as it was. First time I sprayed it, I was like, no shit. Because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know nothing about it. I never saw a note breakdown or anything. It was just random. It was randomly in the package. It's like, holy shit. It's like one of my favorite Paris Corner fragrances. I appreciate you. Thank you. What's up, Jay? I have not. I've tried several duos over the years, but nothing from Lorenzo. I've heard a lot of good things though. Which one? The gigantic live stream? That one's like got like 350,000 views. Average watch time's like an hour. That live stream's made thousands of dollars. It's crazy. It's my biggest video on YouTube. It's made thousands and thousands of dollars. Wild. What about Triple H? Am I Triple H? Is that what you're saying? Am I the game? The King of Kings? The cerebral assassin? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Montclair Sunrise Pour Homme. New pickup. Really enjoying it. Nothing mind-blowing, but really nice. I enjoy a good sweet designer. I do. Damn me. You know, Mustard Squirrel, what's going on, man? It'll crack up every time. And you change your avatar. I crack up every time ever since he changed his name to that. He changed it like 2 years ago. Luis, good to see you, sir. Autre Fresh, I'm assuming. Glad to see your take on the new releases. John Carlo with $5 super chat. Peace, love, and respect right back at you, sir. No, we're doing that one next, and literally in the next minute. I'm just trying to get close to the bottom, and we're going to dive into that one next. Let me go ahead and put it in my hand right now. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I was going to do. It's right here, by the way. It's right here. That's exactly what I was going to do, Randy. This is going to go in the next mystery pack. I smelled it once. I just don't remember what it smelled like. That happens to a lot of people. That's one that's easy to go anosmic too as well. I do after a little while. It takes me an hour or so, but eventually I do with that one too. Yes. Very much so. They're very redundant to one another. You back again? You were here a little while ago. He's hitting the yo. I guess that means he left for a little while and he's back. What's up, Jay? Go subscribe to the Giant Connoisseur, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe to Fragrance Dude and all the other wonderful content creators that are hanging out in here. Who you talking? Who you telling that to? Yeah, Nike's killing me. That's this Saturday. We got a live stream talking about it. Subscribe to TLTG Kicks. I got Polos and Jays, Oso Free Soul, and Dutch, who's here in the chat, is going to be 2 weeks later with Dedrick. And then I also got Kix Griffey. We're going to be on this Saturday. We got a panel of 4 of us. We're talking about the current status of Nike and Jordan brand and the rise of New Balance. These are going to be the 2 topics. We'll be doing about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, depends on the flow. A little background from everybody on the panel, and then we're going to dive into the 2 main topics. there's so much to talk about in the sneaker world. I figured that was two really good ones to start with as far as topics. So yeah, Nike's fucking taking so much money from me leading all the way into next holiday season, because they're just announcing one piece of heat after another, including new stuff, not just old original colorways, like the new stuff they're coming with and the collabs. Like, my God, man, they're trying to take every dollar. No, I haven't tried it yet. Oh yeah, fuck the resellers. I'm sorry for the F-bomb, guys. I'm so glad that's getting screwed up, because the reason I got away from buying serious heat in the sneaker world for many years is because the resellers fucked up the sneaker market, made it next to impossible to get good shit. That's why I like sold off a lot of my heat, because it was like, why not? I could profit. I could make a bunch of money. I sold a couple hundred pairs years ago. It's just because it was like, why not? I could make a profit. And then everything I wanted for many years, up until like 2 years ago, a year ago, roughly, year and a half, 2 years ago, as always, everything would sell out so quick. So the bots are still running rampant. They could sell out quickly, and something that was $200 would be $500, $600, $700 that day on the resale sites and eBay. And I was like, man, it's just not worth it. You just give up at a certain point. And now the market has shifted. Thank God. So much easier. Original colorways go below retail before release now, some of them, in certain sizes. That was never a thing since the rise of the internet in the sneaker market. Man, anyways, we got to get into this. Oh, you mean, so where's he at? So it depends. Sillage is fresher, warmer weather. Celerio is extremely cinnamon and fruity. Very, very warm and spicy and fruity. It's amazing, but it's cold weather only. Much, much, much warmer and spicier. So you got to decide, you want the colder weather one? You want the warmer weather one? That's what it comes down to. All right. I'm skipping ahead, guys. I'm just scrolling way the hell down. I got to the bottom. So I did already. All right. We're doing it right now, literally right now, because I could keep going and going and going with the chat. I love you guys. So here we go. 1 million gold. That's familiar. There's an earthiness here. Sharp cedar and earthy green was immediately what I smell out in the air. This is just what floated around and caught my nose. It's very earthy and extremely sharp woody. That smells like cheap cedar. My initial thoughts, not that good. Not that fucking good. I don't get bothered by sharp cedar in most cases, but here they're coming off of a really good oriental woody flanker in golden oud, like a really, really good one. To follow it up with cheap cedar, I'm disappointed immediately. Now, I'm sure it'll develop and get better, but my initial thought, I want to stay, that's why I'm not going back to it yet. I'm keeping the arm over here. I want to give you guys what I immediately thought when I smelled that. Like, damn, y'all cheapened out. I get not every release can be a hit, but I don't like the initial opening here. It's not that it's bad, it's that it disappointed me, because how dare them just hit me with cheap cedar? Because that's what it smells like. I don't remember if cedar's in there, but it smells like cheap cedar, because we've looked at the notes once already. It's a little smoked. It's dry. It's got an earthy green feel to it, probably some patchouli or something like that. And it's not bad. It just doesn't captivate me right away. Like that disappointment's lingering and not allowing me to try to enjoy it. That sucks. Like I'm involuntarily doing this to myself. I'm not trying to do this. It's just kind of happening. It's okay, but it disappointed me right away. Let's pull up the notes. That son of a bitch. Why they got to disappoint me like that? Why you got to do me like that, Playboy? I believe I got to pull it up on iFragrance. Why you got to do me like that, Playboy? Why you got to disappoint me? So it's supposedly a 1 and not this like door knocker looking thing on the bottle, according to Randy. Golden sandalwood, mandarin, warm cedar. Yeah, it's a whole lot of it, guys. That's what it is. It is not. See, warm cedar will make you think they used decent oil. This is some cheap shit cedar oil. Any of you that know what I'm talking about with that cheap smelling sharp cedar, that's what I got hit with in the opening. Now, it's not as bad. That sharpness went. It faded already. It's still clearly a lot of cedar. I think this sandalwood's kind of helping balance it out right now, but it is much more of a warm woody tone. I don't get the citrus. It's loads of woods. It's smoothed out a bit, but that initial blast was a disappointment. It is much better. I figured it would get much better as it settled. It is indeed. The opening's like a 5 out of 10, just good, just okay, average stuff, because it's a pure disappointment to get sharp cedar after they gave me some really good flankers back to back to back. Because Elixir, Royal, and Golden Oud, I think, were, and Parfum, I think all 4 of the last releases were great. Even Royal, I think all of them are great. There was bound to be one that disappointed me, and I don't think overall this is a disappointment, but that initial blast was. It is pretty basic. It's just woods. It's not even, I wouldn't even call it a woody aromatic. It's just a woody fragrance. It's very basic. I don't get much of the 1 million sweetness here. Like, I don't even get much of a relation to 1 million, honestly. I'm kind of disappointed here. I'm sure you can tell. I think it's like a 6 out of 10 fragrance. It's just, it's better than good. It's for what it is. It's better than good. It's as far as a very woody forward fragrance, it's solid, but it's a letdown for what I was looking. I had higher hopes for what I'm getting, for what reality ended up being for me. I'm just going to give it a 6 out of 10. Randy, talk to me. What do you think? Are you with me on this? Or do you love it? I can't imagine you love this. But then again, you might. And if that's the case, neither of us are wrong or right. But yeah, I'm kind of disappointed here. Sometimes maybe shit. We got one. 6 out of 10. It's not bad, but it's not all that good either. Yeah, I'm a little let down. Disappointed. This is going to have to grow on me to consider a bottle. Just don't go by your first time wearing. First time wearing what? So we can wear it. Oh, Yeezy slide. Oh, okay. Picked up some Yeezy. Yeah. Dude, I don't even think it takes a week, because they had the big restock this morning, and I bought so much shit. I didn't buy nothing, but I did watch it all fade away. I debated on grabbing the sand foam runners, and they had the dark onyx slides that I was like about to get in the queue for. And by the time I was like, yeah, let me see, they were already sold out of my size. So I was like, I don't need a 4th pair of Yeezy slides. I've got the glow greens, I've got the flax colorway, and I've got the salts, the gray ones. I haven't done a video on the glow greens yet. Basically, Hive is yellow. Not like my Hive is yellow. I haven't done a video on those yet. There's a ton of stuff behind me I haven't done a video on yet, but I got an Asics haul that came in today. I'm doing that video later for tomorrow. Links in the chat for anybody that wants to check out the 90s shoe video that I did today. But I don't know. People keep like wanting to send me decants and shit like it's like second coming to Jesus Christ over here. Apparently, I need to check it out. 1 Million Lucky's phenomenal. So that's what Soprano sold, the one I reviewed this morning, because I was like, it's so familiar. I can't place it. Kara to the rescue again. People saying 1 Million Lucky. I was like, you know what? That makes sense. Because I was getting a fruity nuance that was not described in the notes. They had some citrus, and that was like lemon or something like that, and that was it. And I was getting a very fruity dominant, like rich fruitiness. So that makes sense. Plum. It does kind of smell like 1 Million Lucky. I think 1 Million Lucky's better. But Soprano's Soul's still really good. I just think if I had to pick between that and 1 Million Lucky, I'd still go with 1 Million Lucky. There's clearly more hazelnut going on, more delectable notes going, but definitely a similar tone. When she said it, I was like, yeah, that is what it is. Thank you, sir. I've actually filled out quite a bit. I was 190. I'm still holding it like 192. I'm cutting the carbs back starting today. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday is a slight deficit around 2,400 calories because I want to cut. Oh, shit. So here you go. Here's Randy showing what the bottle looks like, guys. It does have a 1 right in the middle. Oh, shit, it went away. Has a 1 right in the middle. Appreciate that, Randy. So it's the door knocker plus a 1, the 1,000,001 in there. Thank you for doing that. Appreciate you sharing. But I appreciate that, Jason. Thank you, sir. It bothers me to not be shredded anymore, but I'm also like really jacked right now. I don't say that with ego. I mean, like comparatively, I'm like the most muscular I've ever been in my freaking life right now because I'm rebounding really well. I'm big and strong right now from my frame for sure. I had a great back, leg, and ab day. Did a lot today. And plus my fasted cardio this morning. So I appreciate the compliment because like I mentioned earlier in this stream, I live this. This is my lifestyle. So I'm off-season mode for 2 shows coming in April and May here in Florida. So I'm definitely preparing to bounce back, get bigger, and improve for next year. So no, very unique. Very unique, dry, woody, but still has leather and grapefruit. Distinctive grapefruit is very unique fragrance. Let them know. Let them know for sure. Reminds me of Manhattan. 1 million gold. I get a whole lot more white floral and tobacco out of Manhattan. Are you talking about Raja Manhattan or City Rhythm Manhattan? Because I'm describing Raja Manhattan when I say the florals and tobacco. I could see City Rhythm Manhattan a little bit. Appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I would say the same. I don't know. I'm going to get it whenever I can. That I'm definitely going to just blind buy. I don't even want a decant. If Randy, if you get it before me, I don't want a decant. I'm just going to buy it. Don't even bother sending me a decant of that because I'm sure you'll get it before I do. L'Oreal Sport Cologne, switching Seraphine Blue in a few hours. I mean, 2 great fresh fragrances today. Let's see. Eros Energy equals Dr. Dre's Detox album. 1 million Golden Oud's a top 20 fragrance. I won't argue against that. I think it was a great release from them. Very oriental, leathery, dry woody spice, smoky, but still had some of that 1 million sweetness in the DNA. Still smelled like it belonged in the line. This, I don't get 1 million. I don't. It's still cedar dominant. You got to like cedar and not quality like Atlas cedar or Virginia cedar or anything like that. Not like high quality stuff. Let's see. For light blue intense port arm go up. It's been around $50 from most places that I've seen. Would it go up? 60? That's nothing crazy. Coconut Girl, I'm pretty sure you would love it. I haven't tried that one yet. I would like to though. Million Gold was super disappointing to me as well. This is not just me. I'm let down. Here we go. My man even gave a super chat for the answer. I've been waiting on this response. $4.99 super chat from my man Kix Griffey. It's always Kix Griffey approved. I wrote it to you. Was just reading fast. Tune in to TLTG Kicks, and that is Kix Griffey approved. That's what I'm talking about. I have my man on this Saturday on the TLTG Kicks channel. We'll be talking sneakers. It's gonna be a great time. My man's he's a New Balance guy too. Everybody on the panel is big on New Balance, and then we all like our Nikes and J's and Adidas. And I can tell you right now, my man Kalen, also Free Soul that you guys are gonna see on there. He's been buying a lot of he just got those. I forgot what the name of the collaboration was. Some Asics. He's big on the Asics stuff right now too. Man, the sneaker world is on fire lately, and I'm so glad the resellers are getting just jacked in the jaw over it. So anybody that wants to get some good stuff can, and even stuff going below retail. So if you're in the sneakers, it's a great time to be back in the game, honestly, because it's not shit like it was 5 years ago. Thank God. Thank God. Let's see. Retail Royal's my favorite 1 million, the only one I kept. So that's actually the most muted sweetness of the bunch, aside from this one. This one, I don't get all that sweetness, but that's way better. Like the benzoin, the citruses, like you see the note breakdown, and it doesn't really relate to what you smell, but it is a clearly fresher, more woodsy, kind of ambery fragrance without being super warm. Nah, it's meh. I don't really even want to wear it. So we're here. We're definitely here, my man. I couldn't imagine you being like, oh, no, I love it. I think it's one of the best designers released this year. You would have blindsided me if you would have typed that. I would not have expected that. I mean, here and there. But the problem is, what I like about it, I get in the opening of Bad Boy Cobalt. Notice I talk about Bad Boy Cobalt all the time. Because it's like the marriage of Coach for Men and Invictus Platinum in one bottle. So it's like I never reach for the other two because I get them in one bottle. I love Bad Boy Cobalt. It's my favorite Carolina Herrera fragrance. So that's why. It is good, though. I don't have nothing against Invictus Platinum. I like all of the Invictuses. They're all good. I only have two. I don't throw that around and just like everybody calls everybody brother and like devalues the word. I don't devalue the 10 out of 10 and just give all kinds of shit 10 out of 10 because I like it. Only if it's truly special and literally perfect for me do I give it 10 out of 10. There's only 2 times it's ever happened. Raja Parfums Isola Blue, and most recently, which I normally don't even rate Zaharoff fragrances because there's too much bias with George being my best friend, but I can't help it with Seraphine Blue. It's my favorite fragrance in my collection. I wear it every week. I've put a dent that big in the bottle in like 6 or 7 weeks already. It's right here. Had this bottle for less than 2 months. I've got 2,000 fragrances. That's next to impossible normally to use that much of a fragrance. This is the front, by the way. It's my favorite fragrance. My favorite release of the year. Nothing's going to top it. And people can call me shill and he's just your friend. I don't give a fuck. Fuck everybody that wants to say that. Suck my dick from the back. I love that fragrance. That's how I feel. So anybody that doesn't believe it's just a hater because I'm shooting you guys straight. The dent don't lie. Sorry about that rant. You probably weren't looking for that. I deal with a lot of shit on the internet. So, but that's the only 2 for me. It's got to literally be perfect for me, my taste, my daily situation, because most days are pretty similar, casual. They're perfect for me. Isola Blue from Raja Parfums and Zaharoff Signature Seraphine Blue. Both blues, niche blues. That's the only 2 10 out of 10s I've ever given. All these 10 out of 10 videos and stuff, I get it. It's good search stuff, and people love to say that. I'm not saying anybody doesn't really believe them to be 10 out of 10s. It's all opinions. But I feel like you devalue the 10 out of 10 if there's so many things that are 10 out of 10. Just like if everybody's your brother, nobody's really your brother. Stop it, everyone. I get called brother by strangers 1,000 times a day. Brothers in Christ. That's the only time I'll accept that. All right. I'm with you on that. But outside of that, I'm not your brother. I'm a strange man on the internet. You know. You on these 2 new releases as well. Have a great week. That means you got to get going. I appreciate you coming and hang with us for a little bit, my man. It's always a pleasure to have you hanging in the live chat. Well, all right. Let me take a look. Let's see if it's something to share with the group, or you didn't send it yet. If you want to go ahead and send it, I'll take a look. Also, here's a bigger picture of the Golden Oud logo that Randy sent. So that's what it looks like. I sure appreciate you, Randy. Oh, here we go. Dan sent. Oh, got the Brave Blues. Those have been under retail for like 2 years now. It's basically the Brave Blue low top they just from the old days that they just made into a mid top. I've been procrastinating for 2 years about getting these. That's a solid pickup, man. Any color of the 13 goes hard. Great pickup, Dan. Great pickup. We're all ready to get. They're supposed to be doing 1 million pairs. We're all looking to get those. Just look, November, December, January, February is going to be rough for anybody with the money to spend and you're a sneakerhead. Even if you don't really have the money to spend, some of you out there, you're going to want to. They got some serious drops coming the whole holiday season on into this beginning of spring. It's crazy. That's why I say they want all the money. Yeah, I think they dropped the ball here with 1 million gold. We still have one more to check out, though. We have Mugler Fantasm. Check that one out. The Patchouli DNA. Traditionally, most of the Amen flankers dry into original Amen, which is a chocolatey patchouli. If you like chocolatey patchouli, Mugler Amen is one of the greatest fragrances of all time. You won't like this. It's that kind of cheap cedar that's sharp, like just smells like cheap shit, basically. It's that. Yeah, well, the cut's going to be a lot better. Like literally, my new coach, because I'm doing my own thing. We still talk all the time. I'm getting my blood work done in like 3 weeks. He's like, "Can I see it?" And of course, yeah, I'm sending my blood work to you. Jonathan John, that's my guy. He's a sneakerhead too. My new coach, big sneakerhead. Every time I see him, he's either wearing the reimagined bread ones, the SB4s. Like he's always got some heat on with the graphic tee with his shorts and everything. He's cool as shit. He's cool as shit. He's in his mid-40s, former bodybuilder, Filipino guy. He's cool as fuck. That's who I worked on my posing with for the last show and everything. So I decided to switch with him because I'm doing local shows. I might as well be with my guy that's in the gym every day, so I can train with him. Lots of love to Lacey. She made me have the best physique I've ever had. But it makes sense moving forward over here to be with John. But point being, he's a big old sneakerhead. And that's what he was saying. We're going to get together beginning of November because we don't need 5 months to prep because the show is beginning of April, the first one of the two. We don't need 5 months to prep, but we're going to get together in November and kind of work a little magic on a recomp leading into like right before Christmas. That was literally his words. We're going to work some magic November, December. That way you can still have Thanksgiving and Christmas with your family and everything. He's like, so let's start fresh November 1st. So, but between now and then, I'm just kind of doing my own thing with some carb cycling. And point being, I bounced back. I knew what I needed to do to bounce back to not put a bunch of fat on. I have a little more water retention than I would like. But I just got to scale back the carbs. I cut the snacking, but I got to scale back the carbs a little bit. I'm just eating clean carbs, jasmine rice, oats, blueberries, stuff like that for a while now. On the high carb days, I'll do my Kodiak protein flapjacks. That'll be a substitute meal. But aside from that, the only sugars I'm getting is blueberries. So I'm going to, do some carb cycling over the next couple of weeks and kind of dial it back a little bit, get back in the high 180s and kind of hover right there and kind of recomp from there. So any weight I put on will just be lean tissue, and I'll slowly get back into the 190s without putting on a bunch of water, just to give you an idea on where my head's at on what the plan is, Luis. Thank you for asking. We lost like 11 people. Oh, shit, fitness talk. We don't want to hear that. Sneakers, we're out of here. I get it. It's a fragrance channel. I get it. Not everybody wants to hear the other aspects of my life. They just want my thoughts on fragrance. And I respect it. I understand. I get it. What advice can you give me? I'm starting a channel in Puerto Rico. Well, there's always the easiest and the obvious is be your authentic self at all times. Enjoy what you're doing. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, people will see you're not enjoying what you're doing. And just, it's easier said than done to just really relax and let your personality flow. Even if you're nervous on how it'll be received, which I was like that for a long time. I mean, look at how I act now. I don't give a fuck. This is me through and through. Some are going to love it. Some are going to hate it. Some are going to find it hilarious. And some are going to find it off-putting. But being your true authentic self at all times is respectable one way or another. And it's very engaging for many reasons. So be as authentic as you possibly can be with your personality, with how you speak, the way you conduct your thoughts. Just be you. There's nothing to stand out and be more unique that you can do than truly being yourself. That's the best advice I can give you. Because at the end of the day, we're just sharing opinions. None of us are wrong. None of us are right. The only things that are factual is the formulas in which the perfumers created the fragrances and what the brands tell us are in the fragrances. Other than that, our interpretation is just an opinionated thing. Everybody gets different things. Again, none of us are wrong. None of us are right. We're just sharing opinions. The thing that's the separator is you being you and the way you deliver it. So there you go. There's my advice for you, my man. Best of luck to you in your future endeavors. I hope you have an absolute blast creating content, because I sure as hell do. Every day of my life for almost 5 years straight. I don't miss a day. I love it. I don't get burnt out because I absolutely love it. Yes, I do. And I don't really deadlift much. I haven't deadlifted in like a year and a half since I've deadlifted. Been on tobacco kick lately for looking for a unique scent. Quest continues. That's kind of difficult to find a unique tobacco at this point because they all kind of share something at some point. They save up for more City Rhythm. City Rhythm's phenomenal. Niles puts out such good stuff. I have a full review on Dior Fahrenheit 32. Just type in TLTG Fahrenheit 32 in the search bar. It's from beginning of 2020. That video is a little over 4 years old. I had a decant somebody had sent me. Shout out to Chris. Okay, yeah. See, I can get that relation, but yeah, City Rhythm Miami is definitely more complex, but I see where you're coming from with it. Damn, why so late? It needs to just come out. Yeah. So I missed on those. I was in the queue. When the queue went live, there was 32,044 people ahead of me in line. So when I finally got in there, every size for both was sold out. I wanted the Medusa Azules. And in my size, they're like $248 on GOAT, which is $78 over retail. And I'm just kind of like, I'm going to wait a little bit and wait a couple because I still got so much shit that's coming in that I haven't. Like I did hit on the A6 field trip recordings, Kayano 14s an hour later. After that drop, I was waiting. That was what I really wanted was those A6 Kayano 14s. So an hour later, I did scoop those as soon as they went live. They're gone now. They sold out within an hour, but I was able to cop those. So as long as the price don't go crazy in the next 2 weeks, I'll probably buy them from GOAT. But if the price like skyrockets in the $400 or $500 price range, I'm just going to pass on them. But the Medusa Azules, I do want those 1906s. That's the best. That's my favorite of the Action Bronson collaborations so far. That's the one that I'm like, yeah, I want those. A little while ago, I bought the 993 Joe Fresh Goods performance art, the Arctic Blues. They're like teal and pink and baby pink. Literally like 2 hours ago, I bought those. Oh my God, I can't wait for those to come in. These collabs from New Balance and Asics, man. Fuck Jordan Brand. Light Blue Intense for $35 at Aura. Aura's a great place. I paid $219 from them. They were cheaper than Venba for that bottle of Virgin Island water that Sactastic Voyage won. 2025 is going to be way crazier than this year. And this year's been crazy. Craziest year I've ever seen. Between all the Yeezy restocks and stuff and just all the stuff Jordan Brand has released, all the collabs from New Balance, just all these things that have come out this year, it's been the craziest year I've ever seen in sneakers. And 2025 is set to be even crazier. Ooh, Superlegra, I believe. Superlegra, something like that. I haven't seen any updates. Randy might know. He's on the inside with that. Still don't have a 10 out of 10. Closest to Angel Share, Wanted by Night, YSL Le Parfum, hell yeah, and Spice Bomb Infrared. Yeah, for sure. Burlington 1819 and Seraphine Blue. And see, I got a real argument for Burlington 1819 because I gave it a 9.5 initially in the review. That's one that I think over time I could bump to a 10. Because I light up when I talk. You've seen me do it, Roy. Anybody that's ever seen Burlington 1819 come up and chat, how I light up to talk about it, that's kind of a 10 out of 10 too. Like, I've dubbed it a masterpiece many times. When it comes to complexity, that's one of the greatest fragrances I've ever smelled. It is so well composed. Better than most. The way it's blended in nuances, it's magnificent. That's a justifiable 10 out of 10. All right, so I could do this all day. I need to get into this third fragrance. You see, I guess just get to talking. I love talking to you guys. I love that we have such an active chat, you know. I did give that a 9.5 as well, because 9.5s for the longest time were my 10s. I have a few 9.75s, like Aaron Terrence Hughes' Homme, his Iris fragrance. I got a few, like 4 or 5 9.75s, but that's the best of the Elysiums. It's the best smelling. It's the best performing. It's the best. That's the one that I would say everybody needs. Just like I feel like everybody should try Aventus. Everybody should try Elysium Parfum. Get the experience. Great choice, sir. I have to say that's probably my favorite. Now, clearly based on your list, yeah. Second Souls, hey, I won't argue with that. Justin created a masterpiece. I'm not going to argue with that. I've said publicly many times that I go back and forth between Evening Mystique and Second Soul on my favorite from that launch. Like, there's days where I'm like, I like his fragrance more than my own. I'm with you on that, man. The musky suede that it dries down into on my skin. Light smoked nuance. It's boozy. It still has Brass and Soul's DNA, that spicy aromatic opening. Second Soul is magnificent. It is fucking incredible. It was great. That's a great release. Indeed, indeed. Oh God, yeah, that's one of the few I would say, yeah, spend the $300 or whatever it's going for at discounters. Exactly. Now I know where I'm at in the chat. I'm all about the 13s. Hey man, you won't hear me complain. I got the Flint 13s sitting back there that I've been needing to do a video on. I finally got around to getting them after all these years. Because the Flint 13s and the white and red, I hate calling them cherries. I'll just call them the Chicago's. The white and red 13s have always been my favorite 13s. I've been having the white and reds for a while now in the playoffs. And like I said, I got some low top 05 women's university blue ones. I've never grabbed any of the He Got Game releases because it was during the shit heyday of sneaker resale, like I was talking about. The last 2 times the He Got Games released, it just wasn't a possibility for me. Next time they do it, like the Black Teal 14s later this year, couldn't get those last time. They came out like 2018, I want to say. Couldn't get them. The sneaker market was crazy. That's why I'm buying so much stuff now, because I can now. I just couldn't before. It was crazy. Good to see you, sir. Asad Zanzibar, looking great, looking energized. Thank you, sir. I definitely am. Red number 1. All right. And you typed it again. I didn't delete a comment. Joel, did you delete a comment or any of the moderators? Because I sure didn't. You would have seen me come over here and like looking at YouTube, because I do it from YouTube typically. So let me scroll up and see if anybody deleted your comment. So I see Austin had a message retracted. You said, I know it was deleted. I'm scrolling up because it'll show me on YouTube if it was deleted, who deleted it. Message retracted. You sure it wasn't immediately held for review? Because I'm like way up there now. There's no comment that shows message removed by anybody for Beach Life. So Beach Life, I got to tell you, man, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So don't get mad because nobody deleted your shit, man. I'm like way back now. I'm all the way back on John Carlo's $5 super chat for peace, love, and respect from like 30 minutes ago. There's no message that's been removed because it would show. It would show under moderation. So nobody deleted nothing, my man. YouTube might have, because I've got the comment restrictions, like the projected like sensitivity for like a potential like bad comments and stuff like that for them to hold for review. I've got it set on strict because like I said before, I deal with a lot of stupid motherfuckers on the internet, and I don't mean you. I mean actual stupid motherfuckers that type stupid shit on my channel. So it can go to review, so I can just get rid of those assholes instead of it going public. So that applies to every comment. So it might have been something like that because yeah, nobody deleted anything, my man. I scrolled back almost 30 minutes because it would have showed me. It definitely would have showed me. I'm sorry, man. I don't know what happened. What was your comment? There's no code, so you have to use my actual link. You have to click the link and it automatically provides 10% off. Let me pull up my link tree. I'll drop the link in the chat for you, my man. Try to make it kind of easy. Right there. Boom. Copy. So link in the chat. Automatically, when you go to checkout, it'll automatically take 10% off. It's in the chat, my man. Core audience. Yeah, we're at like 119, right around the core audience, you know. See, you're getting sensitive here, man. You're getting your little feelings hurt. Come on now. You're a regular here. Unless you said some wild shit, nobody's going to delete your comment. Yeah, that absolutely happens. That's a content creator speaking. He knows what the fuck I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. It would show that it was deleted, and especially on my end, it would show who removed your comment. It's because there's only so many people that have that ability. I only have a few moderators, and nobody did. I hope you're still here because you're not saying a word since I started directly speaking to you about this. So I don't know if you've like really got your feelings hurt and fucking left. I hope that's not the case because, man, nobody deleted your comment, dude. I'm sorry, and I appreciate you thanking me for something, but yeah, man, hang out to talk to me about it because you know eventually I'll get to where you're talking right now. Eventually I'll be able to address it for you, and I want you to run off mad. We might never see him again. I don't know. He might be overly sensitive because his comment didn't show up. I like Beach Life. I don't know him personally. I have no idea what he looks like. I know Beach Life with that green bee avatar. You know, he's usually pretty cool in the chat. So, my man, come on back. You know, nobody deleted your shit, man. I don't know what I said. Look. Okay, so are you still here? Because I'm looking at it's on top chat. Let me go to live chat. Because I don't see any recent comments from him. Because I'm still far behind right here on StreamYard. Did you get mad and leave? I see my man Polo and Jays is in here. What's up, Marcus? Did you get mad and leave? You might have got mad and left. Nobody deleted your comment, I promise. Yeah, a lot of people did, man. I was pretty disappointed about that. Yeah, he's gone. I see your comment, Randy. I guess he's gone. Look, if he ever does come back, because he might be overly sensitive to that. And like, look, there's a group full of people that because I blocked them, they hate my guts because they can't take rejection. That's the reason that group exists in the first fucking place. So it's my fault because I just don't tolerate stupid shit. So, and I'm not saying he's that bad, but he might never come back, and nobody deleted his comment, but he's under the assumption that it did because he didn't have an opportunity to talk to me about it. So I hope not. I hope he comes back. I like Beach Life. There you go. He's gone. He's gone. It's fine. It is what it is. See where I'm at right here. It seems like he's still here, but as far as the new comments, he's gone. Man, I hope you're still here. Say something if you're still here, man. Let's talk about it. All love, man. All love. Yeah, Randy's cool, man. Good to see you, Montrese. Back to the videos. Yeah, Randy's been having some family issues lately. Dude, so you heard that part. Man, those are so clean. So I went to YouTube. I was like, man, I don't want to just see the pictures of them. Because I was like, I've been wanting to get some 993s because I hear so many good things about 993s. And I was like, man, let me go to GOAT and see what colors they got. And that's the first shoe that popped up. I was, oh, nothing's going to beat that. Sure enough, I looked through. I'm like, nah, none of them are better than that one. So I went to YouTube and typed in the name of the sneaker. And when I actually got to see video footage, the pink really pops more. And I was like, oh my God, I got to have those. So I bought them. They were right around, the retail was like $250 on them. I paid like $248 or something. They're like $2 on the retail. But yeah, man. And then the 990 V3, those brown and like aqua blue Joe Fresh goods, the outdoor clothes, outside clothes, outdoor clothes, whatever, those 990 V3, that's going to be my next New Balance purchase. I've been eyeballing those for a couple of weeks as well. Which ones? You talking about the Tekken 8? We also got the Black and Volt, and then next year we have the with Black and Volts next year. And then we got the Galaxies coming back around All-Star Weekend next year. Who should order 30 porthole? People going to buy those up, man. The Tekken foams, yeah. And see, I've heard it was a fake and wasn't a fake. I've heard both. 1 million gold smells like City. Yeah, so Randy mentioned that earlier. It does smell like a stripped down version to it. City Rhythm Manhattan is better. Much deeper, more complexity, for sure. The one that comes to mind immediately was Aaron Terrence Hughes' Ohm. I don't remember specifically. There's only like 3 other ones. But that one specifically, I would encourage. His iris fragrance, magnifique. Yes, sir. Good to see you, my man. Never tried that one. Noir Extreme versus Reserve Privé versus Code EDP. I'd probably go with Reserve Privé in this situation. It encompasses everything that's good about the other two, plus booze. Several. Wood Sage and Sea Salt is the main one I have the most experience with, but I'm not a big Joe Malone person, but Joe loves Mango Thai Lime. I sure love the sister brand. So our list where I have fragrance ratings. My highest now is 8.5. I will keep them 9s and 10s like my eyes. That's what I'm saying. Hold them dear. Don't just throw them around willy-nilly. If you see me throwing a 9 out there, it's like really, really good to me. Like really, really, really good. When I start throwing the outstanding ratings out there, those of you familiar with my rating system, when we start eclipsing 9, that's my shit right there. I really think those smell incredible. Now, on a full review, there's more that goes into it. It's a cumulative score that includes the subcategories of performance and wearability for my situation. That factors into the cumulative score. But just when it's a first impressions, it's strictly off of scent. No doubt, no doubt. I'll buy every color of the 13. Hey, these their own, man. 13's legit. I'm a 12 to 14, guys. 12, 13s, 14s, my favorite silhouettes ever. I'm sold on the 4 now, though. 4s are up there. I think 4 is my number 2 behind 12s now. Not me this time. No, I was looking. So for those of you who didn't know, I had a good laugh with Joel on Dedrick's live stream the other day. So he had Tazo on. And some dude was like, I fucks with the hat game, fellas. That was the comment. And Joel removed it. And I was like, I started laughing. I said, Joel, why'd you remove his comment? He was giving them a compliment on his head. He's like, I saw fuck and I just deleted it. I saw the comment because I'm a moderator too, so I could read the comment that was pulled. And it's like, I fuck with the hat game, fellas. I was like, oh God. He pulled it. Which I get it. At a glance, you see the F word. I get it. But yeah, he was complimenting the hats. They had some clean fitteds on. Which the 26th. So I have a decant swap. Me and Randy and Dedrick normally do these. I wanted to get Tazo introduced to the audience. So me, Dedrick, and Tazo are going to do one on the 26th. So we're doing a little decant swap because Tazo's new to that. I really like Tazo's energy and his vibe. So I was like, man, let's do something together. He's already got the relationship with Dedrick. I was like, Dedrick, come with us. So the 3 of us are going to do that on the 26th over here on the channel. For those of you not familiar with Tazo, I know a lot of you are, but Tazo, the reviewer, young cat, love his energy, love his vibe, my kind of guy. We're doing a decant swap, me, him, and Dedrick. I know you didn't. I looked. There was nothing deleted by anyone. So I'll never get to the bottom. I need to get to this last fragrance. We're an hour and 23 minutes in. So I'm skipping down a little bit, guys. I'm skipping. Shit happens, man. Shit happens. Imagine getting mad at somebody for their personality when they're reviewing fragrances. Welcome to my world. So. Does happen. Or if you drop a link, that happens too. I hope he'll be back. And as soon as I see his name, I'll be like, hey, man, you left before I could address it. And I'll talk to him about it. It'll be, as long as I see him somewhere on here again, it'll be fine. We'll talk about it. It'll be all good. Nothing but love. Yeah, so it's a very clean iris, too. That clean skin accord that he likes to use, it works really well with the iris. No, I don't get anything like that. No, it's peppered mango and lime. It's fantastic. All right, so I'm trying to get to the bottom so we can get to this one. So that's not Utah Jazz. That's the New Orleans Jazz throwback. So I was wearing my Monday Night Mommy shirt because Rhea is going to be on the mic tonight. Rhea Ripley's back. You know, I'm Mommy's favorite reviewer. And I've gotten so big, and that shirt, the WWE shirts are 100% cotton, so they shrink. So between that shirt shrinking and me getting bigger, it looks kind of small on me when I saw it in the mirror. So that's why I changed. I was like, oh, I can't wear that. I can't wear that again until I'm cutting again because it started off big. It was big when I first got it. And then when I washed and dried it, 100% cotton. And it's not like this soft ring spun cotton like this shirt. So they shrink real easy. It's not pre-shrunk. WWE uses cheap shirts. They do. They charge you a premium. They use cheap shirts. They buy them in massive bulk. So they shrink easy. They always have. WWE merch, they shrink. Unless you get some of their premium stuff like the 500 level branded stuff. Those have some polyester mixed in them. They don't shrink. But that's why I pulled that off. But that was the outfit you were talking about earlier. I actually changed into this. What's going on, big dog? And I will be getting those because that was not a possibility when they came out the first time. or the yellow Ferrari ones either. I'm totally getting those. Ooh, that is a good one. I have been meaning to get a bottle of that. So there's some protection packs I want to get from the 2002s. I got the Blue Oasis, and I've got the they're teal and gray. What's the name? The official name? Something Spruce Magnet, or the 2002Rs that I have. Oh, anything 70s and 80s. I'm down with the old school powerhouse stuff, the Eau Sauvage type stuff, and Green Irish Tweed Cool Water-esque type stuff, citrus aromatics and fougères. I'm down with all that stuff. I am not ex-Navy. I'm assuming you're talking about the 9-line stuff that I wear. That's just support for the brand and for Mark Calloway, the Undertaker, who is affiliated with the brand and collaborates with the brand. Avid supporter of our armed forces, and I love that type of gear. Always have. You'll notice I wear a lot of country supporting type stuff, a lot of American flag stuff. Yeah, love my country and love my armed forces. They do a job that I just don't want to do. I have nothing but respect for them. For a country that is the most corrupt corporation on the planet, that I just happen to love, because it's not the United States of America government that I love. It is the people in the country that make the country what it is that I love, and that includes our armed forces. That's why I have the utmost respect. And that's why I make my donations in VA, and I got a lot of retired military and armed forces in my family, close friends. I'm avid on the salute to service stuff, all of that. That's what it comes down to. I'm not retired from any of that stuff. Yeah, sometimes. Like me, Randy, and Dedrick normally do it. That's how I got these. Randy sent these. I had a feeling you were going to say something. That's what I'm telling you right now. I'm done with fragrances for good now. Yeah, stop it. We've done a ton of them. I want to have an opportunity to introduce Tazo into the mix, and since he did something with Dedrick already, that's why I was like, let's do it, the three of us, because I literally talked to him that night privately, and then I talked to D. I was like, what do you think? So, and then I ended up making a group of three of us so we could tell him how it normally works. We discussed what to send, and we decided on who's sending what and so on. And I thought about it. I told D, I said, watch, Randy's going to get fucking mad at me. So, we're going to be doing it again to us. So don't get mad at me, Dick. I don't have to do everything with you, Randy. Let me introduce Tazo to the audience. You know what I mean? So I want to do something nice for him because I like him. So many people have jaded me that I've tried to collaborate with over the years that you know this, Randy, I'm super fucking selective who I let on this channel now. I really like Tazo. So shout out to Tazo. With Christopher. Talking about Chris, the CEO. I don't know if he did or not, but more power to him. I ain't got nothing against Chris, but I also ain't got nothing for Chris either. So I don't know Chris. I'm not interested. He reached out to send me his fragrances a while back. I ignored the message because I wasn't interested. So yeah, more power to him. I don't know him like that, so I don't get in the beefs with people that I don't really know like that. Unless you like my ride or die, my boy like that, I ain't worried about no beefs anybody got. Dedrick gets a beef, Randy gets a beef. That's different. That's my boys. Dedrick's like my brother from another mother. I'm a fucking ride. You know what I mean? But like Tazo, I don't know Tazo like that. I don't know Chris like that. You know what I mean? So it doesn't concern me. Like I've been in Dedrick's home with his family. You know what I mean? It's different. So let's see. I'm never going to get to this fragrance. We're an hour and a half. I'm never going to get to it. Good to see you, Sandy. Let's see. Ooh, not really. Because there's just as much Cedrat Boisé meets Aventus kind of stuff going on in there as there is Ani. Similar, yeah. Some redundancy, but not to where you're like, damn, I shouldn't have got this. I don't think it'll be that serious. Not that level of redundancy. Smoked plum and leather. Ooh, that sounds good. I do like Joe Loves as a brand, though. Not in a while. I mentioned it on the stream the other day. I used to have some gray anteater skin and some beige ostrich skin boots many years ago. Wore them shits out, and I don't even know what happened to them. Could have got them resold. I just never did. So I'm scrolling down America. Exactly. Scrolling. Eventually, I'm going to get to this. Matt, I sure appreciate the $1.99 super sticker. Thank you so much, my man. Leaving people on red with that's on Chris, the CEO. Yeah, like I said, I don't know him like that, and I don't know. I just wasn't interested. Oh, damn, all right. Thoughts on Toy Boy? Wildly unique rose. Worth the hype and affordable. Good performer. I don't think it's niche quality like a lot of people have said. I don't think it's like that level, but it doesn't smell like some basic ass designer either. Oh, come on now. Well, he want me, man. I know what you're talking about. So we finally made it to the bottom. So what do you say we finally sniffed this last fragrance, huh? Mugler Fantasm. We're gonna go on the lion's face. Spray him in the face. It's very resinous. Me likey. This is the banger of the bunch. Well, this one put the other two to shame. Just in the opening. I'll tell you that right now. It's like leathery and resinous, and I do get a little bit of that chocolatey patchouli. It's not overrun with it yet. I'm sure as it dries, it's going to take over. That's typically how they go. This is so much better than the other two. I'm going to steal one from my guy, George Atkinson. Fuck me. Wow. This is a great release. Just the opening. This is going to be one of the best releases of the year. This is full bottle worthy. A little bit of spice. This is one of the best Amen flankers I've ever smelled. This is superior to most of them. Most of them are just Amen with a little bit of a different opening. I'm not saying this one isn't because it hasn't dried down yet, because they typically all just dry down into Amen. This is impressive. I like this one a lot. They came with it. This is a make a splash release. They're going to make a splash like, hey, we're still here making designers for this line. That's what Mugler's doing with this one. It's my top 3 of 2024. I see your comment over here on YouTube. I think I'm probably right there with you, and I'm just 2 minutes into this fragrance, and I think it's top 3 designer probably. I think it's a good, at least top 5, because it just grabbed me right away. That's why I say that, to captivate and give that feeling immediately, the instant, oh shit, you can give me that. You're upper echelon of the releases for sure. Is that leather? Is that? I think I have to go to eye fragrance. I think. I don't think it was on Parfum. Okay, here we go. Love the bottle too. Let's look at these notes. Pink pepper, bergamot, citrus, dark chocolate. That's why it's so chocolatey. It's got dark chocolate as well. Clary sage, patchouli. I get like this leathery facet to it. That pink pepper's setting in though. I gotta say. By the way, Randy, while I got you, I've been testing Seraphim Red quite a bit, and you're gonna love this, man. It's a pink pepper aquatic. It's a sweet pepper aquatic, was what I told George is how I would classify it. Because this is the final. This is what's going to be bottled. This is a lab sample. I've knocked half of it out. I'm not going to show you guys the label, but this is Seraphim Red, the final rendition. Pink pepper and that red seaweed are the dominating notes, and it's I'm not going to say better than Seraphim Blue, but it rivals it. It shares a similar DNA, but it's still not the same fragrance because the Seraphim line is its own flankers. But sweet pepper aquatic, because it's very pink pepper heavy. And Randy, I know that's your favorite note. You're going to love this. You're going to love it. It's probably going to be your favorite as a horror fragrance. Over business, over pleasure. Probably going to be your favorite. This final mod, it's definitely the final mod. This is the one he needs to bring to market for sure. It's a little bitter, the dark chocolate, just a little bit, like semi-sweet and a touch bitter. I get a lot of sweetness from pink pepper. That's got to be where my little bit of spice I'm getting is coming from. I got this leather facet. I like this a lot. This is a 9 out of 10. This is an outstanding fragrance. Like I was talking about earlier, when I start throwing them 9s out, it's that jam. Mugler Fantasm. That's that jam. This is one of the best designer releases of the year. This is a must-own for me. I will have a bottle. I will be buying a bottle of this to wear 2 or 3 times this fall and winter, because that's what I do. I say that I'm going to wear it at least that much, because that's what happens. I just have so many damn fragrances. They're not all Seraphine Blue, where I just keep going back and back and back and back every week. This is the rarest of the rare for me to wear a fragrance this much. The rarest of things for me. Yeah, this is shit. Randy, this is it. This is it. This is the one, guys and gals, coconut girl and guys. This is the one. Mugler Fantasm. I'm trying to remember which ones, because I went when we were at Neiman Marcus when I was in Tampa with Omas. He had me smelling a bunch of them. We had smelled like 60 fragrances by the time we got to Harmonist. I don't remember them, honestly. I have a few box samples. I just haven't sprayed them that they gave me. I just don't have any real experience. Like, I smelled a few of them, but it was on test strips, and it was a while back, and it was an overwhelming fragrance day. I must have smelled 100 fragrances that day, realistically, close to 100. When I say Omas is a machine and his nose never wears out, that's all he wanted to do. We did Nordstrom, Louis Vuitton, and Neiman Marcus, and we hit a ton of brands. Between people stopping to take pictures with him and us sniffing fragrances, it was a long day. Because even people that didn't know who the fuck he was like, you're somebody. You're really big. You look like you're somebody. What do you do? A few people do that. And then, of course, there was like people who were like, because they're wrestling fans, so they're like wide-eyed, like, holy shit, it's Omas. So we had a lot of that. Jordan, you still here? Because I told him when he wanted to go to the mall, I'm like, you sure you want to go to the fucking mall? We're in NXT country. This is like WWE World here in like mid-Florida, Midwest Florida, Tampa, Orlando region. It's like one of the wrestling capitals of the world. I'm like, you sure you want to go to the fucking mall? He's like, oh, I'm used to it, brother. Sure as shit. I took a lot of pictures of him and other people. I was the picture guy. I don't know. I figured that would excite you. I don't know. Randy's really good for these decants, I got to say. Ash called it Amen Pure Chocolate, if the old names. I don't think I would go pure chocolate complete. It is chocolate forward. It's definitely chocolatey, but it's just as much of the spice of this pink pepper as it is the chocolate. It's like spicy chocolate. Kind of weird sounding, but it works. Didn't like the sound of strawberry raspberry heady opening. Top 3 of 2024. This doesn't dry, so it doesn't dry like typical Amen flankers, okay? Well, it does, but it doesn't. All right. I have to get a bottle. I totally need a bottle of this one. A lot of those are really good, honestly. Perfume Box has really stepped it up, but Fragrance Net, Fragrance Buy. People like to shop with Sloma Shop. I don't fuck with them anymore. They're too slow. That's why I call them Sloma Shop. But people like to shop with them. You can always buy from Joma Shop. My main place is Fragrance Buy. I do partner with them, but I also spend a lot of freaking money with them. I buy a lot of stuff from them. We're good to one another. They're good to the channel. I'm good to them. I almost exclusively buy with them. I buy stuff from certain eBay sellers, Aura Fragrance, Kingdom Fragrances from Steve, Fragrance Buy, and Fragrance Net are like my main ones. Venba's a good spot too. I think it's superior to the original, but too redundant if you have the original. You don't need both. It's very similar. No. It's similar, but not the same. Does that make sense? Oh, you text me again? I don't have a text. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh yeah, about Mugler. Okay, with the women's alien fragrances. Yeah, they had contacted me. They did. I said, sure, I'll check them out. I was telling Randy about Victor and Rolf reaching out to me for Spice Bomb Dark Leather, which I told you guys about earlier, like an hour ago. That was the last part of our conversation. Is that what you're talking about? I don't necessarily have a specific note. I don't have a Zaharoff text. Please just text me. I don't have a Zaharoff text. I don't have nothing about Zaharoff from you. Just ask me again. Fucking type it out. nothing about Zaharoff from you, man. Yeah. I'm scrolling back. I got nothing from you about Zaharoff, man. Yeah. I'm assuming so. He's excited about Seraphim Red now that I've said that. That's what that's going to be. Because a while back he asked me, so what can you tell me about Seraphim Red? And I hit him with the shoulder shrug emoji. He said, "Fuck you." It's like he's my friend, and I wasn't even telling him. Because if I'm not telling you guys, I'm not telling nobody, including my friends. Loyalty and respect for the man George Zaharoff. You know, respect that man. I don't throw it out there unless he can tell me I can throw certain things out there. That's that man's business, you know, unreleased stuff. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. I'm glad you're enjoying this channel, and especially Randy. Definitely subscribe to Fragrance Dude, guys. It's so good. It's so good. I'm sure it's going to continue to get better. Me Here Legacy is a good one. There are a lot out there. There definitely is. If you don't like sweet designers, you're going to be very disappointed. Coconut Girl in the House. You just soon change your YouTube name to Coconut Girl. We'll know it's you. Or the female version for my wife, but I'll wait on the male version. Indeed. And sample all day. Yeah, he's a machine. And look, I'm pretty good about that too, but eventually certain fragrances will catch me and wear my nose out. The mall in Tampa is great. Go see Rushton. Tell him TLTG sent you at Louis Vuitton. He's a fan of the channel. He's the store manager at Louis Vuitton at the mall in Tampa. Great guy. Made me feel like I was somebody when I went over there. Here I am with an actual celebrity, and I'm the person that got recognized and treated special. That was why I bought Pacific Chill. I was like, well, fuck, if I was ever going to buy a Louis Vuitton fragrance, I need to buy it here. Kind of made me feel obligated to buy a $300 fragrance. But I wanted Pacific Chill anyway. And it was part of the trip. It was memorable. Got my initials engraved. It was a great time. That's what I'm saying. I can definitely put the stamp of approval. I know Randy had a terrible experience at Louis Vuitton. Not all Louis Vuittons are going to be like that, guys. I was dressed in my usual hoodie, beanie, in the cold kind of stuff. And had he not known who I was, I probably got treated like some bum because I was in Louis Vuitton, not dressed like I belong there. So keep that in mind. These designer places, they do profile people. I got lucky. But he's a big frag head. He's big on the online frag.com scene in the fragrance community. So shout outs to Rooston, store manager at the Louis Vuitton in Tampa's mall. Oh, that's a tough one. The first thing that comes to mind is French Defense, though. Boozy, syrupy, sweet cherry. Double Attack, Veery, Blockade, the Forward, the Queening, this Gambit. There's a lot of really good ones, man. But for me, what jumps out is French Defense. I don't go off of anonymous profiles on forums. Fragrantica, Parfumo. It'll surprise me when I see a good rating. But these are anonymous profiles. You know what I mean? I don't trust that. And I'm not saying all of them are like that. A lot of the stuff you'll see is people genuinely feeling the way they're feeling and rating accordingly. But it doesn't apply to the individual's experience. It's not what everyone else thinks on these forums. So I bet that was loud. I hit the microphone. What everybody else on these forums think isn't necessarily what you're going to think when you smell it. It's not necessarily what I'm going to think when I smell it. Those ratings don't apply to the individual. My opinion doesn't necessarily apply to you as an individual. Because it's what it is for me. It's what it is for those people. might not be the same thing for you. Because it's art. We all interpret the art differently. Doesn't get more real than that statement. So you got to keep that in mind. Everything, including what you hear come out of my mouth, you must take with a grain of salt because it doesn't necessarily apply to you as an individual. Hope that helps. C4, not sponsoring the TLTG Reviews channel. Cherry popsicle flavor. Since I'm eating kind of normal again, I've cut back on these greatly. I have one a day. I have my pre-workout and I have one of these, and not even every day. I didn't have one yesterday. Whereas I was having a lot of caffeine before because I was heavy deficit, you know, 0 carb days and all that stuff. It was rough. It was rough for a while. Good to see you, sir. Yeah, it was wild. That was a wild day. Stuffed up and hardly smell my fragrance. Probably give myself a couple days break, but I don't want to. Let's see this type of comeback in the Prodalome line. I would like to see them do something. Copy wrote me. There you go. That's fair because it's a very sweet cream coffee smell. So that's fair. Oh, shit. That sounds like a deal to me. Sounds like I'm going to be buying that here in just a few minutes. So we're definitely stopping at 2 hours. We got 13 minutes till it hits 2 hours. We'll go to the full 2 hours. I like to do a nice round number. So we'll hang for 13 more minutes, but that's a win right there. Slow-mo shop. Yeah, fuck them. They reached out to me after I buried them publicly. They reached out to me to collaborate, paid collaboration and everything. I'm like, nope, I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not going to bury you publicly and then turn around because you offered money to do collaborations and do something with you. I said, I'll never promote y'all. And the rep was like, oh, any particular reason? That'd be good information to share with the brand. So I broke it down on why I call them Slow-mo Shop, why I refuse to do business and recommend them. I don't use my affiliate link anymore. Yeah, I let them have it. Y'all wanted to hear it. They wanted to hear it. So I told them how I felt. And I'll never hear from Slow-mo Shop again. I can guarantee you that because I had nothing positive to say about their business practices and the way they take people's money. And it'll say ships in 1 to 3 days and it ships a month fucking later in stock. You get lucky. Some people have had great luck with them. I have had a ton of issues with shipping times. Even with in-stock stuff, I've had it wait 2-3 weeks sometimes. That's why I named them Slow-mo Shop. And it's funny. Just like Troll Grantiga. It's true and it's funny. Slow-mo Shop. It's true and it's funny. So that's where that stuff comes from. Yeah. Yeah, because they're doing some paid collaborations with a lot of people right now to promote the website. And no big deal. Happens. It's a regular thing. Long as you're, partnering with the channel and all this, and it's advertisement. It's an advertising space. That's what YouTube is, and that's what these channels are. That's how brands look at them. And it's all good, but I wasn't interested. I'm not hypocritical like that. I'm not going to bury you and then work with you. I just can't do it. Because I literally had been on a burying spree for like 2 weeks on these live streams about Slow-mo Shop with you guys. And then they hit me with that. And I'm like, no thanks. And before they would even tell me what it was, they wanted me to sign an NDA. And that was a big red flag. I was like, fuck no. You sign an NDA? No. So then they ended up telling me anyways. So yeah, because I left them on red. I didn't even reply. I was like, y'all don't want to hear what I got to say. Then they ended up wanting to hear what I had to say. So I told them what I had to say. So more power to everybody that's working with them. I just don't want to support them. They're a good place for a lot of people. Just not for me. I've had too many bad experiences. Poor, not bad, but poor experiences. Disappointing experiences to where I'm like, not interested. I will not promote in any way, shape, or form because I don't want to shop with them. I'm not going to tell you guys you should shop somewhere that I don't want to fucking shop. I'm going to tell you I don't want to shop there. You shouldn't either. You can if you want. You're all big boys and girls, but I'm not. They won't get any more money from me. So. Oh, yeah, no shit, because your stuff got stolen off your porch. They're pretty good about that. I love Fragrance Buy. They're great. That's why I partnered with them. They are great. I was so happy when I got to partner with them. It's been over a year since I started partnering with them, like a year and a half or something like that. It's been close to a year and a half. I was so excited for that because I love Fragrance Buy. That's like top tier place to shop for me. Always has been. And then when I was able to partner with them, because they partner with the channel once a month, it's fucking great. I can't say enough great things about Fragrance Buy. You know, so happy to have that relationship. That's why I buy so much from them. It's like I'm going to put my money back into them. It's a great place to shop. Oh, the fuck you text about Seraphim Red. That's what you were talking about. Okay, yeah. Oh, I'm sure. If you like Seraphim Blue, you're probably really going to like Seraphim Red, as long as you like pink pepper. It's very pink pepper forward. There's a great question for you. Already answered that. Yeah. Noted. Yeah, Randy said. Oh, here we go. Everybody's name in French Defense. The forward is Jadob. Good stuff. Good to see you, Will. Condolences. French Defense is fire. Cherry scents are super underrated. Just got raw cherry. Shout outs to Kaylin. I got a decan of that from Kaylin. Kaylin S, regular here in the chat, channel member. I constantly feel really bad to let you guys. Hey, man, you got to take care of the family first. That's more important, dude. Now that I see shipping won't make sense. It just came available on Mugler for $90. It's $90 from Mugler? Just buy it from them, yeah. What the hell? I get phenomenal longevity. 10 to 12 hours. Easily. Well, I sure appreciate that. I mean, you can't bat 1,000 with my opinion. It's going to be literally impossible. You might go on a streak for a long time. You might want to go on a great hitting streak. I'm going to get you some baseball analogies. You might go on a great hitting streak. But eventually, you're going to come across that one. That's why it's a dangerous game to blind buy off of someone else's opinion. You're going to come across that one where like, I don't get what he's talking about. What a fucking waste of money this was. Hopefully, there's enough stock in the bank to where you're like, can't win them all. I'm not going to get mad at him. Some people get mad at me and they're like, you're full of shit. And it's like, man, nobody told you to blind buy on my opinion. You did that on your own merit. Anyone else's irresponsible purchases are not my fault. My irresponsible purchases are my fault. So, but I'm glad they've worked out for you because that's a dangerous game. Blind buying off someone's opinion. I've done it many times. I get it. I try to blind buy so you don't have to. But again, it's still just my opinion. So that's risky business. But I'm glad it's worked out for you, man. Oh, God. I bet it's really slow for you. Jason, what's going on, my man? Gray Vetiver. Classy, clean stuff right there. A Ross Dictionary. Sloma Shop, Trograntica. Ooh. I've been really loving XX Indigo, but I wouldn't call it my favorite. Artisan Blue is still my favorite, but Artisan Pure is great. I think the GOAT, a lot of people would agree, is Dark Rebel. Best they've ever done. Fair. Very situational cold weather, but I think it's the best they've ever done. Charging my card 3. I've had that happen where they charged my card multiple times as well. Yeah. Like 3 weeks to reimburse. That sounds about right. Yeah. Gray Vetiver Parfum. So yeah. So what it is it starts off a little different, a little richer, but it dries into exactly the eau de parfum. That's something I can absolutely confidently recommend to people is if you're interested in Gray Vetiver Parfum, just get the EDP and save some money. They are. The rep I deal with is good as gold. He's such a great guy. They are responsive. They are active. They always have great stock. They always run great prices, great deals, and their customer service is great in situations like Hoffman's and Danielle. It happened to her with Dior Homme Parfum, where if your shit gets stolen, there's a little bit of a process to go through, not much, and they'll take care of you. They are a great place. I love the privilege of getting to partner with them. It's a privilege for them to be with me. I'm not the fool because they benefit. But it's a privilege for me to get to work with them because I get to work with what I believe is one of the best in this business in our space when it comes to fragrance discounters online. I think they're at the top. I'm not going to sit here and say they're number one, even though I feel that way, but they're amongst the top, I think is the fair thing to say. I think most people would agree with that. So it's a privilege on both sides. It's a privilege for them to be associated here, and it's a privilege for me to be associated there. It's a mutually beneficial partnership. Damn. They'll work it out, though, man. Because if you don't have a repetitive history of stuff like this with them, they're probably going to take care of you, I would assume. Svengali, good to see you, sir. Slowly been getting in the mood for my fall-winter scents. That's because it's been freshies for a little while. Yeah, I know it's not the season, but any vanilla fragrances you'd recommend. For the warm weather, not outside of Cairo Nights from Sphinx, not really. That dries down to kind of an aquatic ambergris, but starts off a fresh powdery vanilla. It's really good. It's their newest release. And see, a lot of people, that's the case. This is just my personal experience and why I feel the way I feel. Fragrance by shipping time and getting longer and longer lasting style. And see, I haven't had that issue with them. I've never had that issue with them, even before I was partnered with them and I was just a customer. So again, it's everybody's experience is different because I have the opposite. I have that issue with Joma Shop, but now Fragrance by. So hey, Joma Shop works for you. Stick with them. Stick with them. You know. Scroll down a little bit. I didn't even know they were running a sale. That's my John Barbados flankers. I was asking Jason which. Oh shit! All right, yeah, I misunderstood. Well, I answered it accordingly anyway. We're almost to the 2-hour mark. We're down to 86 people. We then had a bunch dip on us. No big deal. All the Seraphims are good. I can't tell you how many there are. I might get in trouble for saying that. I doubt I'll get in trouble, but there's more than 2. Red's just the next one. Seraphim's its own flankers collection. The Seraphim Angel collection. Red's just the next one. And it's fitting because it's pink pepper. Red, pink pepper. Danielle, your ears must be burning. I was just talking about your issue with Dior Homme Parfum getting stolen. Yeah, there you go. You heard. As a one-time, because I forgot to click the insurance. Yeah, that's what those insurances are there for. They got to reach out to you. That's how that started. I didn't reach out to them like, hey, I'd love to partner. They came to me. Was how that initially started. Yeah. They're very selective, is my understanding. I'm not saying you're not worthy. I don't make those decisions. I love you. It's just they only work with a certain select group of content creators. They haven't said that to me. That's just my observation. They work with me and Justin. That's for sure. I don't know who else. I'm sure many others, probably Ashton, people like that. Probably Dallas. I don't know. I want to say Cuba. I don't watch a whole lot of people, so I don't fucking know outside of Justin. I know Justin partners with him. So we talk about these things. We partnered with him at the same time. Literally the same month, same week. Same week and a half apart, something like that. We partnered with him. Oh yeah, I've been at OADIC for a long time, dude. Long time. I'm sure they'll get you squared away, man. Well, because they don't want to. No, they like because you can probably sign up through a third party for their affiliate program. I would think they'd still have to approve it though. But where's it at? So even non-affiliate, that's kind of weird. That's kind of strange to not. Like, why would they pass on the free promotion? It's like they don't owe you commission. It's non-affiliate. It's kind of strange. That is weird. That is weird. Oceanic Symphony for now. Trying a few from Sphinx. So Mangolicious Hippie Storm, really good. Tropical Floral. I don't know how you feel about florals. It's kind of become my favorite over Sphinx Elixir. You never know, because especially if you don't have a crazy big order, then it's just like $2 or $3. It's much more aquatic than something like that, but I understand where you're coming from. Sally, what's going on, my man? Subscribe to Sally Knows It All, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm saying. That's confusing. Kind of surprised to hear that, honestly. Yeah, I'm definitely an O addict. Core audience. Hell yeah. Yeah, we're 93. Anytime we're in that realm of 100, it's the core audience. It's the actual families here. So, well, drop my panties. We're collecting seraphims. That's comment of the day right there. You get a soft live stream clap. Well, drop my panties. We're collecting seraphims. Let's go. That's hilarious. How's everyone doing? We're in Ginger Lover. You don't hear anybody. I mentioned that one recently. Last week. That came up in conversation in the live stream. Great choice. Chronic Macerator. What a fucking great name. That is so creative. Chronic Macerator. You get the second soft live stream clap. What a creative profile name. Bravo, man. That's fucking awesome. Chronic Macerator. Thanks for the super chat. I'm doing great now that you're here. That's awesome. That's actually a really good price. It lasts a long ass time. You don't need a lot of sprays. Wind Moon, never heard of those. This is the first time I hear that. I found what you want to give me a commission. Yeah, that's kind of confusing. Like you still wanted to post regular links, and they're like, please don't do that. It's kind of strange. Or fragrance is great, not as fast as fragrance, but or fragrance is great. Yeah, for sure. Storm, not my favorite. Found it too feminine, and that's the thing. Some will, because it's very white floral forward. For sure, I agree. Not that I've heard. I know a few colors. I know two more for sure, color-wise. I don't know if that's the only two more, but it's not gold. Not that I know of. I don't know his plans for the long term and how many, but I know of the next few. Now, they're not right back to back. This is going to be spread out long term. He tries to be seasonally appropriate with his releases. Grip my loins and call me Custon because seraphims are coming. Hinterland. I haven't worn that in a long time. It's good stuff. Soul Dirtiest. Did you mean Solidarity? Soul Dirtiest. I do. Faster. Seraphim Thanos collection. There you go. Seraphim Green. Not that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of. All right, guys. Precious Liquid Aqua Oud is like niche profumo mixed with Oud Mineral. Whew. What a statement. Doesn't that sound great? That sounds great. We're going to end on that one. That's shit. All right, I'm going to have to look into that. That sounds incredible because I'm a fan of both of those individually. And you're telling me it smells like a hybrid of the two. I have to try that. I'm not necessarily going to blind buy a bottle. I need to see about a decant. I need to try that. So, guys, we were a little over 2 hours. I appreciate you guys coming and hang with me. Thank you, everybody who gave super chats. Thank you, Randy, for sending these decants so I could check them out because I now have to buy Phantasm. Very disappointed in 1 million gold. I'm sticking to my 6 out of 10. MYSLF Le Parfum. Eventually, I'll get a bottle. Price will be right. Fragrance Buy, I'll stock it. I'll grab it from them. You don't need it if you have the originals redundant. But Amen Phantasm, that's the top designer release of the year. That is fantastic. That's amazing. I'm definitely getting a bottle of that. Check out today's videos if you haven't yet. I would sure appreciate that. Check out the Kicks channel if you haven't checked it out. We got 10 of the best 90s sneakers that are still great today, decades later. Links pinned in the chat if you're interested in checking that out. We have a live stream this weekend on TLTG Kicks on Saturday evening with a host panel full of guests. So catch you guys on the next one. We'll be live again tomorrow. Y'all have a good one.